A.N.T.
We all we got.
All right. It's exciting. I think today was really good. What do you think?
I think so too.
Yeah. It was a really good idea to do this video. High five you. It was a very fulfilling day today. We spent, I want to say all day basically. We spent all day today after we came from church. We spent all day today riding around Milwaukee just trying to get the energy to feel the thoughts of others, how they felt about today being Father's Day. And it was very strange. Of many people we spoke to, literally only 2 were willing to speak on camera about it. A lot of more negative energy than positive energy. There were some positives, but if we have to put it on a scale, the negative will outweigh the positive energy for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of people did not want to speak on camera about it. Some people were just like, kind of blunt and rude.
Some was just like they didn't have anything to say about Father's Day.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I'm like nothing.
Exact statements though.
Nothing.
Yes, like nothing. I have nothing to say about it. Like you felt the hurt. I didn't take it as a negative like towards myself.
Yeah.
I took it as like when I asked that question to them, it was like it brought up hurt for them. Which to me is the exact reason why we're doing this channel. It's the exact reason why we're doing this video today is to show, because maybe this video may come across a father who is absent in their child's life. And I'm here to tell you, if you are listening, those fathers that are absent, those fathers who, maybe you're not absent, maybe you're there sometimes. Maybe you're in and out of their lives because of decisions that you make,
Yeah.
Maybe it's you're in and out of jail, whatever the case may be. I want to say that in everything that you do, in every decision that you make, you must think of your children. It is very important to do that because consistency as a father is very important. The money, the clothes, all of that stuff is super irrelevant to the main fact of building character in your child. And today, man, I just felt it. I really felt it. The way people either treated us, or just like the interaction, of me coming up and just reaching my hand out to say, "Hi, my name's A.N.T. How are you doing?" And I literally had some people who like stared. They literally stared at my hand, like, and to me, like I said, I wanted to relate all this back to Father's Day, you know what I mean? And just like as parents, like, was it the parents, because we always say home is foundation. So for the simple social skill of introducing yourself to someone or someone being nice to you and saying hi to you, not being there, for me, that screams lack of, thereof, someone teaching you those things, right?
It's like they felt very strange.
Yeah.
Like, you talking to me? Like, the interaction was so, it never makes him feel weird, it makes me feel weird because, you look at some people or you try to say hi to them and they're like, some didn't say nothing at all.
Yeah. Literally, like nothing at all. But I bring up that fact to say, and it's for both parents, but because it's a Father's Day video, like fathers we're needed in the lives of our children, because when we're not there to provide the structure, when I think of a father teaches. A father is there to teach. A father is structure. A father is fun as well. A father is needed for the boys and the girls. When I think of fatherhood, I think of 4 things. These are 4 things that I live by, All right. So I call these the 4 P's of manhood, but they can apply to people being fathers. The first one is protect. The second is provide. The third is principles. And then the last is prayer. When I think of all 4 of those P's for fatherhood or manhood, you could tie those into anything when we're talking about being there for your child. You want to be there to be able to protect them. If you're not around, you cannot protect them. And when we talk about protection, we're not just talking physical protection. We're talking mental protection as well. And you can only mentally protect them by love, right? Showing them love and not just telling them that you love them, but also showing them. And to be able to show them, you have to show up. So make sure that you're engaged. Make sure that you're around. Show up to the graduations. Show up randomly out of nowhere and just let them know you love them. Even if it's only 30 minutes of time. Time is way more important than the shoes you're going to put on their feet. Time is way more important than the clothes you're going to put on their back. Those things are needed. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying those are not a necessity, but I'm telling you, they're going to remember the things you do with them quicker than they remember the things that you have bought for them. So the other thing is provide. So now that we've talked about protecting, providing is those other things. But providing is not just I think when people think of provide, they only think of financial. And providing is just not financial. Providing is providing your time as well. See, it goes back to time again. Providing time, providing wisdom, providing knowledge, providing things that they're going to need to be adults, respectful adults, to be adults that can carry themselves. Like today we were getting people who, staring at my hand, what I mean? I'm introducing myself and, they looking at me like, who is you? Yeah. Just providing the structure, what I mean? It's not just about financials, but that is one as well. You want to make sure that you're providing them at least the basic necessity. Yeah. It does not have to be Jordans. It is I think too often too, maybe moms as well, when fathers buy things, just be grateful that they bought it. Yeah. I feel sometimes that mothers are like, oh, you went to Walmart and bought my kids something from Walmart? What does it matter? They bought them something. You know what I mean? They took their time, again, which is valuable, and they thought of their children and bought them something that they needed. That's what matters. You know what I mean? We have to, on both ends, make sure that when a father is providing for their children, that, you know what I mean? You're not trying to say set this bar super high.
Don't buy them nothing if it ain't coming from Foot Locker or if it's not coming from a name brand store. It shouldn't be like that. It should be, if the father buys something for the child, just be appreciative. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. You never know that situation. Even though you may think you don't know the whole thing. Yeah. So just be mindful,
So that's provide. So we talked about protect. We talked about providing. Remember, providing and protecting. The next one is principles. The principles is, we can go into a lot about principles. Principles are the things that you are going to instill in your children, right? So whatever you believe in, whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, whether you believe in respecting people or not, whatever you carry yourself, these are basically your values and beliefs. The system that you live by that helps you make decisions as an adult. Your kids are watching the way that you move. They watch the way you speak. They watch the way you talk to people, how you interact with others, and they are going to only copy what you do. So as a father, you need to be around so that they can see how you are. They know the type of person you are. And especially, when we talk about for the males, or like I said, for the females as well, so that the girls can see how a woman should be treated. How the males can see how a man should treat a woman, and how he should carry himself as a man. All of these things are super important. And as a father, like I said, it's more about your actions. It's not what you too much say. It's more about what you do. How you act, you're going to imprint those things on your children. And when you imprint those things on your children, that's the bulk of fatherhood to me. It's imprinting yourself off on your children, your values, your beliefs. All of that wraps up that third P, which is principles. What are your principles in your life, and are you teaching those principles to your children? If you don't have principles, let's start to get some principles. If someone asks you, what are your values and beliefs right now? Are you able to name them right away? You know what I mean? And are those things tangible, or are they intangible? That's another big factor that we got to really think about as men in our lives. Do we have a belief system that we live by to help us make decisions? Because that also is going to just overall make you a better father. With my principles, I can never not see myself in my children's lives, regardless of what's going on with their mothers, regardless of what's going on in my life. One thing I make sure is going to happen is that I am in my kids' life no matter what. I'm going to fight for my kids no matter what the situation. I have not had the best experience with the mother of my children. I will say that where I am now with Najea's mom is a good spot. There is growth, there is progress. And I say that to encourage the fathers that, maybe you got a little problem with, your child's mother. Don't let that stop you from being in your kid's life. Even if that means, I'm not one to say go to court. But if that's, if you're just dealing with that impossible mom, then I would say, make that happen. But I will also say to those mothers, keep in mind, it's not about you. It's not about the dad. It's about the kid. And fathers, man, don't give up, man. Fight for your kids regardless. Be there. Even if you just got to go to the daycare or pop up to the school, be in that kid's life so that they know you wanted to be there. And those little times you have with them, you have to maximize that time. So like right now, my situation with my sons, I am only able to see them on Tuesday from 3:30, and I have to drop them off at 7 o'clock. On the weekends, I get them every other Friday, and I get them from 3:30 until the next day, which is Saturday, and I have to drop them off by 5. That is definitely, for me, that's definitely nowhere near enough time. The time that I feel would be adequate for my children to, be around their father and spend good quality time with them. But that's my situation. And when I spend time with them, I am maximizing that time. I'm giving all my time to them. I'm also letting them spend time with their sisters as well, but I'm making sure that I'm right there. I'm rolling on the ground with them. I'm riding bikes with them. I'm playing with them. I'm singing songs with them. I'm playing games with them. I do homework with them. Everything that I would possibly do if they were around me all the time, I'm trying to do all of that in that little time. And I know that they are going to appreciate that. I know that they love it, and they're not going to forget those things because, like I said, time is very important as a father. And the last P, man, is prayer. If you believe in God, I would definitely say prayer is needed. Without prayer, man, I wouldn't have got where I am today. I went through a very, very hard time with my son's mother and the situation with me as a father, because I could wrap my conscience around why can't I be in their life the way I want to be in their life. But what I had to understand was it's not what I want. And I had to understand that if I could show her that I care not only about my children, but I also care about her well-being, whether that's physically and mentally, emotionally, all of those things, and I think things will get better. So once I shifted my mind to that mindset, things started to change for me. And prayer has a big part to do with that, because I really started to pray to God for forgiveness. Please help me forgive. God, please touch her heart. God, please help me in my situation, because I was crying, bawling tears the day of court. My mom, my dad, Dave, and my fiance, they were in the car when that happened, and it was a breakdown when they told me that, you know, the mom had, you know, that temporary sole custody right now until we finish this case, and like I was shocked, you know, because I knew that maybe I wasn't the best boyfriend to her, and I am willing to admit that, and for that I am very apologetic for it, and tried multiple times to, you know, speak to her about it and apologize to her about it. But one thing I knew, and this is what I was really bothering me a lot, I knew that I was not a bad father. I knew that one thing I never did was anything wrong to my boys. And for that is where I was lost, is where I was hurt, and where I needed prayer. So like I said, this fourth P is something you're going to need, especially if you have a mother who is hurt behind the situation. Yeah. Maybe she's saying that she's not hurt. Maybe she's saying she really has some concerns. Whatever it is that is stopping you from seeing your child, you're going to need to pray about it. Maybe it's nothing to do with the mother. Maybe you are just not going around. And if that is the case, you need to pray to God to make you want to go around. Or not make you, but help you to get that fatherness in you to, I need to be around my kids. I cannot be without my kids. Anything you like to say about that?
Some men, when they get in those situations, they just give up completely because they don't want to deal with the mother, or they don't want to go through it. So they just like, you know what, whatever she wants, I'm gonna just let her have. You know what I mean? She don't want me to be around the kids or whatever. I'm just gonna, you know, just let her have it. You know what I mean? And that is not always the best solution for, you know, the situation, because the kids or, you know, the child misses out on the relationship with the father. So
yeah. And you know, speaking of that type of mindset, like, and no, I feel also that some fathers may look at other fathers, right? And they say, oh man, how that dude doing all that? You know, like, even just like as a man, like, you know, how do you interact with your daughter like that? Or how do you interact with your sons like that? Or, you know, how do you even get to that level? Like, it takes time. Like, that's not something that is just like, you know, naturally in everyone. Some guys it is, but it's not natural for everyone. But it's something, again, you just gotta work on. You gotta just work on and work on and work on. And also for the fathers who, you know, maybe you have said, you know what, I'm gonna just let the mom have it. It is what it is. Like, and if she come around, but you got to keep in mind that if you did that, in their mind, you gave up.
Yeah.
So now you just gave them a reason. You know what I mean? To be like, well, your dad didn't care. He just gave up.
And they feel like they're not worth the fight when you do that. They feel like they wasn't, you know, good enough for you to keep fighting. You know what I mean? They feel like you fight for everything else. Well, why not for me?
Yeah. And it's not fair, for sure. And I agree with you guys on that. But I would definitely say it's worth the fight. And you need to show your kids that they're worth the fight. Like, you willing to go down swinging for your kids. And I would say, you know, sometimes you just got to chalk it up, man. Just like apologize to the mom, like whatever you need to do. I'm not telling you to give her everything she wants, but like, you got to figure out, okay, how can I get through to this woman that I need to be in my kids' life? You know what I mean? But the solution of, well, I'm just let her have it, is what it is. Yeah. You know, she don't want me to be around. that's not a good solution, man. You know, be there. And maybe you want to say, well, I'm just not going to deal with the mom. That's cool. But then you need to figure out what school these kids is at. You know, figure out their village. Who helps raise those kids? Maybe, you know, sometimes you got some friends who will let you, you know, if they got the kids, they'll let you come see them, or they'll call you, hey, they over here, if you want to come by and talk to them. Because then at least your kids know you still around, and maybe you're just not willing to deal with the mom yet. You know, because you got to start somewhere. I would say the ultimate goal should be that co-parenting is the ultimate goal, because that is the grade A solution for raising the best kid to be the best adult possible.
It can be easy, but it can be very difficult at the same time. You just gotta take your feelings out of it and always think like what's best for the child and not myself. Like if I'm mad at, you know, one of my kids' father, and oh well, he treated me like this, so I don't wanna, you know, I'm gonna give him a hard time because he owed me. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's like setting all of those feelings to the side and, you know, just being a bigger person. You know, somebody gotta be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a difficult task though, you know?
Yeah, some people is natural, but for most it's not.
Because it's pride, man, you know?
Yeah.
It's a pride thing, and we gotta let go of the prideful actions that we have, man. And change is slow. It don't happen overnight, but it's worth it, man. And everything that we do should be for our children. Every decision that we make should be for our children. But I want to end this video with saying Happy Father's Day to every dad out there who had a child, who stepped up in a life for another child. Whether that other dad is around or not, if you're in that child's life and you're treating that child like the child is your child, you know what I mean, you deserve that respect. Today is your day. Last thing I also want to say, Father's Day, it's a man-made holiday. And Father's Day should be every day. Father's Day is not just today. Father's Day is every day. And every day you should be making progress to be a better father. So those who are not in their children's life, make that decision today to make that change. Maybe it just starts with a phone call. Maybe it just starts with a text, just to let the mom know that you have a change of heart and you want to make some things happen. Maybe letting her know, where can I start? Let's start slow. Don't try to just come rushing in right away. Yeah. That's not going to work. Start slow. Figure out where you can start. And from there, the seed that you plant could possibly blossom into something beautiful. Again, this is A.N.T. Lyfe. Achievement is necessary throughout life. And we're looking to achieve better families, better results, better children. With that,
Bye.
Bye.